Hello, everyone. It's Two Nerds and a Joke with Robert and Ernie. I am Ernie.
And I'm Robert.
Why is your name first?
What?
In the title. Two Nerds and a Joke with Robert and Ernie. Did we?
Oh.
Was that because of rhythm or syllables or something?
It sounds better. Ernie and Robert. It doesn't roll off the tongue the same way. But you introduce yourself first every time. You hold the intro and the outro.
That's true.
You do hold the rights to those two. So even though my name is first, you really introduce and exit us out.
Good point.
I thought that was kind of fair.
Good point.
You know? I mean, it's fair, right? So, well, at least our Facebook page is no longer Robert Ernie.
Yes, everyone out there, please notice our new Facebook page.
Yes, Two Nerds and Joke. A lot of new likes this week, actually.
Yes, I saw that.
We have 36 new likes recently, so that was good. Our last episode had, what was it? I think we got up to like 13 views already, so yay. Something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Love everybody. Yeah.
Yes, we love everyone that is sponsoring this podcast, this show. Shout outs to everyone from across the globe who checks us out. And we really appreciate the patronage.
Absolutely, absolutely. So today we're here for something very special. I think very special. And I wasn't sure what to expect going in. We had some things we had talked about going into it. And as you had mentioned...
We should give some history.
We should give some history to it. And of course today's special is Two Nerds and a Joke went to go see Suicide Squad. I actually ended up seeing it twice over the weekend. Once on a...
Can't say it.
Once out of one method, and then once with my fiance, we went on a date.
They actually supported the movie.
We supported the movie, absolutely. It was worth it to support the movie, I felt. But some history. So I don't know who started it. Oh, it started with us watching the trailers for the Suicide Squad, well before everybody else had, given into sway. And I don't remember if you had mentioned this might be interesting. I think we were talking about BVS.
Yes.
And how this was kind of the next integration. And I was like, we saw the first trailer, we're like, okay. Saw the second one, we got sold. We're like, okay, this looks good. Third one was totally rocking. So we were like, okay, we've got to see this, and we've got to make a big deal. We went on to JLS Comics show. We talked about there. We made a prediction. We both did.
Yes.
I said over $100,000 for sure.
100 mil.
100 mil for sure. You went as high as one.
I did what? Well, because someone wrote an article a few months back saying they anticipate Suicide Squad outdoing Batman v Superman.
Which is correct. Which it did, correct?
They had estimates at 160.
Right. Okay.
And I said, well, I am willing, because I am a fan, and I know that speaking from the DC fans' point of view,
right,
that even though that overall criticism of DC movies has like really exploded, like it's in vogue.
Well, again,
because I'm only talking about the time of BVS.
True. Yeah.
Everyone was trashing it. Late night talk shows, the regular news outlets, the regular like the movie outlets, the people who talk about movies. They were all trashing it. They all used it as a measurement of failure. I didn't see it as a failure. I thought it was a good story. I have my problems with it, but so be it. So did everybody else seeing it. But I didn't think it was that awful, and they considered it a failure. I don't see how. I think it opened at $123 million, and then I think it went on to gross like 800 something odd million.
Actually, and this is according to Deadline Hollywood, 133.6 million opens, breaks August record
for Suicide Squad.
But
we're talking about BVS.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying, because you were talking about the numbers, past 1 billion domestic Monday final. So, you said 180.
I said 180.
Right.
And everyone in the panel kind of laughed.
Right. And said, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. There's no way. I'm like,
look. I said 100. I said I knew it was going to break 100.
Because you know why? Because the fans are still going to see it. And I think there's a lot of fans that are curious because the Batman name has been out there forever.
Right.
The Superman name has been out there forever. And now you're exposing that same fan base to new characters.
Right.
And I thought that's what's going to bring them in. It's something different. It's something new. I mean, honestly, if you were to go like 4 or 5 months ago and you asked somebody on the street who maybe saw the Marvel movies and you said, "Hey, what do you think about Deadshot?" They would say, "Who?"
Oh yeah. There are some diehards. I was a diehard fan before. To be fair. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, and again. So this is another update for the second weekend. Now, what did they say? What they said was it's going to do good in the first weekend and then drop to.
It was going to drop. It was going to drop because that's what happened with BVS. The first day it opened, super high numbers, and then like the second weekend, essentially the bottom fell out.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone thought that would happen with this one because even before the movie was released, oh my gosh, getting pounded over the head with negative reviews.
Oh yeah, it was everywhere.
Everywhere. Every news outlet. I turn on the TV, I look on the social media sites, and I had somebody sending me, here's what's wrong with Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. Here's why Suicide Squad will sink the DC Extended Universe, which is what they call it.
And it won't.
It won't.
It's not. And no single... at this point, and I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing about against Warner Brothers and the whole thing is, at this point they can't stop the expanded universe even if the movie did horrible. There's too much riding on them being at least able to keep up with everybody else in the industry. And at this point, that is the measure. You have to at least be able to keep up.
Well, the TV's crushing it.
Oh yeah.
Joss Whedon is doing Supergirl.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
that's
doing
really
the musical.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the problem was with this weekend is it did have some competition. And I hate to say it, but Sausage Party. It name not be mentioned before and after this moment.
The Seth Rogen film.
Oh, please. 34 million. Shockingly. Pete's Dragon. I
knew people that went to go see it.
Sad. 21 million.
It's not. That's just it. That doesn't.
So people that saw it, what would they say? No.
Indifferent.
Really? Well, that's just
I
sad.
knew people that took their younger kids to see it because I remember Pete's Dragon on the simple fact of how corny it was. Mm-hmm. It was a typical 1960s Disney movie where you had live action mixed with animation,
which is a cute concept.
Yes.
And fun. So Suicide Squad dropped. Want to give a guess? What were the predictions? Because I don't remember what the predictions were.
I think it was going to drop by 33%.
Okay.
How far did it go?
Oh, it went bad.
50?
67. It dropped to 43.5 million this weekend.
This past weekend?
Mm-hmm.
This is second weekend?
Yep. And here's my thing. I think that negative feedback is starting to take a toll on it. And here's my thing. Okay, so let's get into the movie because that's why we're here, right? So...
Oh, wait. Let me go back to this.
Okay.
I was on. Even before... When I heard they were making a Suicide Squad, I was in.
Oh, yeah. I was in, but with reservations. And I've stated this a few times. Mm-hmm. Were they going to use the characters from the TV shows that I grew to love? What are the pros and cons there? What would they have done? And then they started naming the people, and I saw the Joker. I was like, I'm going to see it, but then the trailers came out, the better trailers, and I was like, okay, this looks good. But I mean, I went into it with a little more reservations. I think you were more full gangbusters.
Well, yeah, I for me, just to see those other characters, I was just curious what they were going to do, and it was an ensemble cast.
Yes, and it was, and here's the thing for a lot of people out there who are saying, oh, it's Will Smith and you know
everybody else.
No, it was truly an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
So there are going to be spoilers in this, by the way. Best character for me, I think, the underdog character would have to be El Diablo.
Diablo, yeah.
Very subtly played. No huge drama. No grandstanding, which Will Smith was a little, you stand on top of a car and start shooting all the bad guys. A little grandstanding, but it's his character, so I get it. But El Diablo, very subtle, very guarded, very quiet, but has the saddest story and kind of brings that to the table. And Loved that character. Who was it for you? Well, we know who it's supposed to go. I said underdog character, not like, oh my god, it's her character, okay? Which gives it away, but...
Believe it or not, I did feel for Diablo, for the simple fact of his story, and spoilers in 3, 2, 1, he kills his family on accident.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a bastard before.
Yeah.
And then I think what caused him to lose it was the fact that his wife said, "You got to get this stuff out of the house," and he's like, "Leave me alone." Well, then fine, I'm taking the kids.
Mm-hmm. Family, man. At the end of the day, it's all about the kids.
It's all about hey, don't mess with my family, and he ended up destroying his family.
Yeah, yeah.
That really was a part of the Diablo story I wasn't expecting.
It was very shocking. I thought it was shocking.
And the way they put it in, it was perfect.
And that's the biggest thing, is you don't want to be smashed over the head with backstory.
Yes.
You don't need that. And, again, as much of a fan of Marvel as I am, they do tend to do that a little too much. It's like, all right.
We didn't have to watch the Diablo movie to understand where Diablo came from.
No. People wanted to see a Captain America movie. They wanted to see that. That was something that was a character on its own that was useful. But you don't need a whole movie for El Diablo. You didn't need a whole movie for any of these characters, except we'll get there. So obviously the top character from for both of us, I think, was probably Harley.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it was.
And a majority of the viewing public was Harley, and because I would say over the past what would you say 4 years?
Easily.
Harley's just become more popular.
She is, and they've changed her character. They've changed her styling. They came out with a whole bunch of comics and all this stuff.
I mean, I've liked her since Batman the Animated Series. The black and red tight.
Yeah.
I've been a fan since then.
Yeah.
And every incarnation I've been a fan of. Like, I think JLS Comics posted, like, his latest variant cover for Harley Quinn 1.
40-something of them. Crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
It's ridiculous.
It's wonderful art.
Oh, yeah. But it's ridiculous.
But it's ridiculous.
No one's going to buy all. Except for the, diehards.
Yes.
There's going to be people there.
I mean, if I had the...
Money? Resources? Time? Space?
Yeah, I don't, I just want to mess with Robert money.
Oh, geez, nice.
If I had that type of money, I would buy all the variant covers for Harley Quinn 1.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Because it's just awesome.
Yeah. And what I liked about that, and you can take this movie from a couple angles.
Yes.
It's a classic bad guy taking over. You know what it reminded me of? Ghostbusters. The original Ghostbusters. Demon takes over someone's body, wants to control the universe. Big fiery bolt lightning in the sky nonsense. Spoilers. And everybody tries to stop him. What was interesting, though, and what I liked about the movie, was that it didn't play it safe. In that all the heroes get in okay, and all the heroes get out okay. Not so much the case. Spoilers again. The first one of the characters introduced is Slipknot. Kind of an interesting character. Dies.
He could traverse any obstacle.
Yeah.
He could climb any...
Whatever. Yeah. Dies within the first, 45 minutes of the movie? Easy? Maybe
Not
less
even.
than that? Yeah.
Less than that.
El Diablo, spoiler alert, we think dies. At least it looks like he dies.
Yes.
There's rumors floating around out there that he may come back and do a movie of his own, but we'll see. We'll see. I'd like to see it. I'd watch it, but I don't know if they're going to do it. Maybe a backstory, maybe a prequel kind of thing, which would be fine, but again, there's not much there. There's not much story there.
Or just give him his own Netflix show.
That would be cool. I'd watch that. But again, if he's dead, then he's dead. Anyways, moving on.
Nobody ever dies in comics. Don't you realize this?
Yeah, I know. But
comics are a story of second acts.
Yes.
That's all they are.
Yeah, I know. True. The other story you could look at it is a love story.
Yeah.
And see, you're willing to admit this is a love story.
I am. Go ahead.
Note this.
Go ahead.
It's a modern, updated version of Mad Love. Yeah. In that, the difference between this version of it and the Mad Love version of it is that Harley takes the violence of Joker in stride, but gives as good as she gets. She has a spine. She's a strong character, but Joker still has that kind of, I enjoy her, she's my creation, but I'll leave her at the drop of a hat if I have to. But I'm drawn to her, so I'm going to come back for her. Mm-hmm. Which is I'm cool with that. They're psychopaths, okay? Everybody has to understand they're not normal people.
Right. You can't base this on normal relationships.
No, neither one of them is sane.
No.
Legitimately not sane.
No.
So based on that, yeah, it's a love story. And it's a cool love story, a modern love story, weird love story.
It is weird.
It's very weird.
Well, because...
But you see them working. And that's cool.
I own a copy of Mad Love, as you
Yes,
know.
yes. We both enjoyed it.
Yes. Still trying to find if anyone else is out there interested.
Oh, the person who is interested is asking where her script is.
Oh, okay.
So
Never mind.
she is
Scratch
so-
that. We may have a special event where we may go through that comic.
Yes.
And we may have a third person act out
The Harley Quinn.
the Harley Quinn
Yes.
piece.
Are you Batman?
I don't know who I'd be in this one.
Yeah. So someone has to be Joker.
Someone has to be Joker, someone has to be Batman, someone has to be Commissioner Gordon.
Speaking, I saw the second episode with our favorite Joker in it.
Caesar Romero?
No, voice of Joker.
Oh, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, the Flash episode where
Yes.
the villains come back.
Yes.
That was
The
good.
Trickster.
Yeah, the Trickster comes back. That was
That
good.
was excellent.
That was so good. Yeah. Anyways, I digress.
All right, so back to Suicide Squad.
So love
the,
story.
The story. All right, I saw this with another person, the GF,
Yes, as did I.
and the way she looks at this is my obsession. Oh my God, you're such a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything has to be a comic book movie. Blah 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 blah.
Which on the opposite side, mine loves comic books, just as big a fan of that type of genre. And when she saw it with me, she's coming from a place of okay. She saw a little bit of it, and she was like, "Oh, that doesn't look half bad.
Right.
Let's go see it."
So she was on board when I showed her the second trailer,
Ah, okay.
which is the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer.
Yes.
Which is
Best.
awesome.
Yeah. And they actually use it in the movie,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. Okay, hold on. Before you go any further with the girlfriend thing, was that the weirdest, most eclectic, just bad in some respects, use of music in a movie ever?
The soundtrack was cool, I thought.
Parts of it were, but like when the what's her name, the crazy black woman who's wants to control
Amanda Waller?
Amanda Waller comes out of the car, the song they're playing in the background there, I was like, no, why?
What was
I
that?
don't remember the name, but it was some stupid 80s song. I was like, oh my god, Bohemian Rhapsody fit in well, but they used some really
They used the
weird-
Doors.
Yeah.
They used
It was just
Queen.
just-
They used a lot. They even used some hip hop.
which is fine. I like the hip hop, but that was nice. But some of the songs just were
Well,
poorly
that's David
placed.
Ayers. That I
He
think
likes
that was
poorly
his-
placed music.
No, I'm just saying like he sees this. He sees this. I guess he frames a shot, which he does very well in this movie,
Yes.
and he gets like just regular music. He doesn't have a score.
Mm-hmm. Right. He doesn't
know what I
really.
mean?
He does a score for like some of the scenes, like little mini scores.
Mini scores.
Mini
yeah.
scores. Yeah, nothing serious though.
It's not like Zack Snyder,
Right.
who uses a score,
Yeah.
epic, big,
Yeah.
over the top,
Yeah.
John Williams style
Yeah,
scores.
whatever. John Williams is John Williams.
Well, yes.
Yeah, he's working it. I saw that.
Oh yes, he's working on
Starting
good
it.
music.
Okay. Anyways.
I'm such a nerd.
That's awesome.
So
Girlfriend.
so she's watching it and she's like, "This is really good."
Mm-hmm.
And then, spoiler in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, for God's sake.
The
They're all
creation,
spoilers.
the creation story for Harley when the Joker is talking to Harley.
Okay, first off, if nobody knows the creation story of Harley, go read a book. Moving on.
He's talking to her. He says, "Would you die for me?" And she says, "Yes." And he goes, "Would you live for me?" And she goes, "Yes." And the GF said, "Now that's hot." I was like, I looked at her like in amazement. I said, "See, this is why I love these movies."
Yeah, right there. Actually, my fiance actually loved the samurai.
Oh,
Loved
Katana.
Katana.
Yeah,
Loved
Katana
Katana. I was
is
like, oh my
awesome.
god, can we take her? It was great.
Well, Katana, she was Robin for a while.
Right, well, that's an alternate storyline. I don't think they'll do that.
I don't.
Well, they could.
They could.
I would pay good money. They need to do a middle-aged Batman between Batfleck,
Batfleck
and
after Christian Bale.
Master Christmas. They needed something in between that. Something, because
Well, that's what he
there's
gives up. That's when he steps out. He's like, "I'm at the abyss. I don't want to go in the abyss. I'm done."
Well, but I understand, but there's
And
somebody.
the other guy steps in.
So we think there's. They do, but would they do a movie about it? That's
I
what
don't
I
know.
want. I want to do.
And
I want a movie.
there's Hush. which everyone wants everyone
yeah.
to do Hush.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anywho, so love story.
Yes. All right. So at that point on, the GF was totally sold on the rest of this movie.
Yeah, as was mine. Mine wasn't hard to sell on it, but she really enjoyed it. She had a couple questions here and there.
And I think that's all it took was just somebody to sit there and say, I don't care if XYZ guy for the Seattle Gazette hated the preview.
Yes. And that's the biggest thing. And I posted this on Facebook too. Chill. It's a movie. This is not Titanic. This is not going to win an Oscar.
No.
This is not going to win a Grammy. It's not meant for that type of thing. It's not artsy-fartsy. It's a cartoon-based comic book story. If you take it as that as a good movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's got a good story, a little played.
Here's the thing,
parts
though.
of it are played, but
David Ayers took The Magnificent Seven, which was a cowboy movie
Yes.
of like these,
which they're remaking.
which
Did you
they're
see
remaking.
that?
Oh, I want to see that. So
Oh, it
bad.
looks so good, and I'm not a Western guy.
Oh my god,
that
it
looks
awesome.
really
well,
good.
the original one as a kid, that was one of the coolest movies, and my dad even liked it too. So whenever I wanted to see it, my dad's like, "Okay, we'll watch that." So
I was never a big Western guy, but I would see this, and the fiance is like all up in it. She wants to see it,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like it's going to be great. So Magnificent Seven concept, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, answer me this: do you know what the hell the unicorn's about with Captain Boomerang?
the Pink Unicorn.
Yeah.
I don't know the backstory to
Okay.
that.
So if anybody knows,
I've seen it.
I've seen it
everywhere.
Yeah, but so somebody please tell me, because the fiance was asking me, what the heck is the Pink Unicorn?
And he had to save it.
He had to.
He had to save it.
No idea. I bet it was a childhood toy or something. It's got to be something silly like that. But he was not. He was a wallflower character for me.
Well, here's the thing. I think he's one of those characters that provides inspiration for somebody else. So I don't know if they do, which I understand they are, make a Suicide Squad 2.
Which I hope, yeah. Which do they have enough there for it? It would just be interesting how they do it.
Like, he will be the inspiration for another hero to do something. Like, he would have to die or something would have to happen to him, and he'd be the inspiration for that, for them to go on.
All right.
I like the Deadshot story with his daughter. I mean,
Yes.
granted, Deadshot as a character is an awful, awful person.
Yes. He's one of the worst.
He's one of the worst.
Yes. He was assassin for hire. I mean, how can you go
But
right
then
there? Nothing ridiculous.
but then he gets this horrible girl pregnant and has a wonderful daughter.
Right. Well, we don't know she's horrible. We just know she's not good. We know she has problems. We don't really know that much about her. At least in this story.
In this story.
I mean, obviously, there's other stories that
Yes.
go into more detail, blah, 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 whatever.
But I thought it was like...
The daughter was good, too.
Yeah.
The actress, she was
So I would say Diablo,
yes.
Deadshot,
Okay.
Harley.
Top to bottom or bottom to top?
Well, that's just it. Those were my three. In
No
particular
order. No particular. All right. So El Diablo, definitely.
Yeah.
Harley, but I would not say Harley because of the character, even though she was cool.
Oh, I thought she was great.
I really liked Harley because of the personality. She really came across. So her personality. The actress, okay, she's
Plus,
fine.
there were some times when she was like, I can really screw everybody over here and do my own thing. And
She was almost the true definition of an anti-hero.
Yeah.
She really was. And I would have to guess get Deadshot, Harley, and El Diablo. I have to say the same three.
For me, the Enchantress was 50-50.
I didn't like the way it was played. I didn't like the wimpy actress that played the human that was possessed by her angle. That was
You mean the model?
Yeah.
She's a model in real life.
Well, all right.
And she's going on to star in that other movie, the guy who directed The Fifth Element.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of hers. I liked the Enchantress when she was the Enchantress with the kind of almost... What was that horror movie they did? With the girl with the hair kind of dripping down, and she was like...
What, The Ring?
Yeah, ish. She kind of looked ring girl-ish. With the long hair. So that was kind of cool and creepy, almost horror movie-esque. So I liked that.
But hey, you got to give it to David Ayers. When they said, okay, in this scene, June Moon becomes the Enchantress, and she puts her hands on the table.
Oh, that was awesome.
How cool was that?
That was
Spoiler, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. The effect of the hand switching.
The hand switching.
That was sweet. And and again, this movie doesn't need extra. And the truest villain of all of them, and I gotta give props, maybe even more than Harley, was Amanda Waller.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Amanda Waller,
hands down.
let me tell you, she could have her own movie, her
Oh.
own Netflix show.
Absolutely. Not even just the story, not even just the character, but the actress.
Oh, yeah. I totally
Damn.
believe she's Amanda Waller.
She is. There's no doubt in my mind. That's how she is in real life.
Yeah, it can't be like, who was in The Matrix when they recasted the Oracle? You know, it's kind of like a similar
changing
thing.
body, nonsense, bullflop.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah,
They have
no, it has
whatever
to be
she
this
wants,
Give it to her.
give it to her.
Yeah, she's great. I don't even know if she's been in anything else.
Viola Davis, she's been in other things.
Has she? Okay.
But nothing like this.
Yeah, nothing like this. But yeah, great actress. Love
To
her.
me, she was really the villain.
Yes.
You
no,
could
absolutely.
say Enchantress and her brother.
They were bad, but they wouldn't even existed if Amanda
It
Waller
wasn't
hadn't-
for her.
Yeah, absolutely. That was really cool.
And you know what? Explaining the premise to people that don't know about this, I'm like, it's so fascinating because how many times did people come up to us and ask us, I heard you guys like this stuff. Tell me, will I like Suicide Squad?
Yeah, we've gotten it, and it's like, yeah. It's and here's the biggest thing, and I said this in the Facebook post too. It's not a movie that panders to its audience.
Right.
You're gonna walk away if you really ask questions with more questions than you start with.
Yes.
Well, what's the story behind this person? What's the story behind this? And you're gonna want to go look it up and go look it up. You'll find some really cool stuff, and it doesn't pander with backstories.
No.
The only issue I had with it as far as plot overall, besides the whole Ghostbuster villain end thing, but what else are you going to do in the intro movie? It's fine, whatever. Is I wasn't sure we got a good enough reason why the government said yes after they said no. It felt too easy. She's been working on it for 10 years, blah, 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 this, that, the other thing. She has these people in the hole, and then, sure, we'll go ahead and do it now. I wasn't sure I really bought that quick turnaround there. It was a plot driver, obviously. If you didn't have that happen, the rest couldn't. I didn't believe it, and it could have been the acting of that group in the room.
The
where
generals,
she was,
the chief of staff, and everything.
And she was like, well, see what this one can do, and they got the document. Yeah, okay-ish. I just didn't see it, and I felt the transition between, and I know why they did it, the transition between that and then the all-out war scene, it was kind of almost, there was no build-up to it. It was like, here's a war scene. What the hell happened? The whole area is in destruction. What happened?
It was Middle City.
Middle City, yeah.
Middle City.
Now, I got it because it brought an element of WTF. And then we're like, we're going to save somebody. Well, who the hell are you saving? The city looks in its destruction.
They're saving Amanda
Waller. Which was great because my fiance was like, who the heck are they saving? I'd already seen it, so I knew. I was like, I'm not going to tell you.
I watched it. I'm like, why would they say they're going to save? Oh, that's who they're saving.
That was great. That was great, and I understand why they jumped to that scene because to make.
And my fourth person, Rick Flag.
I
kind of felt bad for him because he's kind of like
he's a pussy. Okay, he's a freaking, and I can use that word because Harley used it through half the freaking movie, which was awesome. He was. Oh my god, make a decision.
Dude, all right, you got to remember.
Make a decision.
Rick Flag from the comics. He's super elite special forces. All he knows is military. He'll run through a brick wall if he's ordered to. He's saved men. He's saved lives. He's changed outcomes of countries.
And he's a pussy.
But the thing is that, just like every good story, though, every good warrior has that soft spot for a girl.
Well, true.
A girl in need.
Yeah.
And it's June Moon.
Yeah.
And he fell in love with her.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Amanda Waller controls June Moon. Ipso facto, controls Rick Flag.
And again, as far as those, they put the chips. I was like, yes, you did the chips. Good on you. That's how it's supposed to be. But she had leverage on everybody before that. So I thought that was kind of cool as a plot point that it wasn't just, I have this stuff on you, but I'm going to inject you with shit too.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the real Suicide Squad story.
Yeah.
Put a bomb in your head.
Yeah, put a bomb in your head, which is perfect. Which, again, they manipulated, shifted, but didn't completely alienate from the true story.
Yeah.
And that's great, and I'm okay with that. And again, call it an alternate universe, call it a whatever the hell makes you feel better and helps you sleep at night, but it's good. And that's my biggest thing that I walked away from this. It was good, and again, if you guys are going to be Marvel, be Marvel. If you're not going to be Marvel, don't be Marvel. But why the cutscene? Seriously? Really? You're gonna cheesy? Really? Cheesy much? And there was a great cutscene. Fantastic cutscene, so yes, do stay for the cutscene. Spoiler alert. Bruce Wayne's in it. Oh my god, shocking.
Well, Batman was in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. So you knew he was going to be in the cutscene.
And?
Yes. He got
Flash.
kissed by Harley. I am not a fan of that Flash.
Come
I
on,
am not
dude.
Why?
I love
Why does
it.
he have a lightning cloud
Do
following
we have
him?
to go through this again?
I know that.
For those of you listening to this, the reason
ridiculous.
why
Ridiculous.
is because he's one with the Speed Force.
Yeah, and the Flash on the TV show is not. He doesn't have electricity
No,
following around
he's-
for effect.
He wasn't one with the Speed Force. He becomes one with the Speed Force in season 2, which you haven't finished yet.
Oh, okay. Does he have electricity following him all the time then?
If he's moving fast enough, he generates
He was
electricity.
standing there, and he
stuff was raining up.
Just.
Well,
It's like,
I
look,
thought it was cool.
not a fan.
I thought it was cool.
Still not a fan. No.
Ezra was cool.
That's all I have to say.
Look, no matter how much you hate it, Grant Gustafson is never going to be in the
I
DC
understand.
extended universe.
I understand. I just don't have to like it. I
And
can
I thought
understand
it was
it.
great.
Just don't have to like it. I'm not a big fan.
I thought it was great.
I
So,
thought Aquaman will be great. I think
Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman is fantastic. I've heard. Okay, so do we address it now?
no, we can't. We have to finish Suicide Squad.
No. It's about Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
The open letter.
Oh, yes, go ahead. I didn't have a chance to
Okay,
read
you
it.
didn't have a chance to read it yet. Okay. If anyone's been on Facebook and not been under a rock, open letter, Warner Brothers, look it up. A very disgruntled ex-employee did an open letter to Warner Brothers talking about how everybody sucks and everybody's awful and she hates them all and how all their movies are awful. And I liked Pan, and she puts out there Pan was a bad movie, and I was like, Pan was decent, okay? You just have to understand it, but it was a good movie. I enjoyed Pan. I wanted a sequel to Pan. That should have had a sequel, gosh darn it, and that's where Warner Brothers screwed up. It's not that it wasn't a good movie, that they didn't do the sequel they should have. That may be correct. Anyhow, so look at that, because I thought that was very interesting what she had to say. Didn't agree with a lot of it, but I understood it. So very interesting twist. And Leto can just stop whining about his scene cuts. He didn't need any more video. He was fine.
Look, I think...
And rats and condoms, really?
Look, it's all publicized.
Yeah, it's all publicity for him to get his name out there. It's all bullfrog.
We all fell for it.
Yeah, we all did.
We all did. But to be honest with you, here I'm gonna throw it out there.
Go ahead.
So in this movie, spoilers.
If you haven't figured that out by now, then you know.
It comes across as the Joker's in love with Harley.
Obsessed. I wouldn't say love per se.
I don't know. You saw him in the scene with the knives.
Yeah,
You're kinda like,
see. I'll see. I don't know if I believe that or not. But it's obsession more than it is actual love.
The reason why I phrase it that way is due to the fact that, you know, reading the different variants of the Jokey Harley relationship, going from Mad Love, which he didn't, you know, basically he didn't love Harley.
No, he didn't love her. He wasn't even obsessed with her.
Well, that version of Joker is incapable of love. He's not capable of it.
Well, but he wasn't obsessed with her. He didn't even like her.
Then you go to New 52, and that's where it gets kind of like teetering on the abusive boyfriend relationship.
Right, which is just nice.
And then you have that variant where I believe she goes off and she hooks up with Poison Ivy and the other, like, I think the forgot what sinister group it is, I think.
Yeah.
It's all the
Well, they're
villains.
talking, she's talking, the actress is talking about making a movie like that. And I'd watch the hell
Hey,
out of that.
give me Catwoman, give me Cheetah, give
You
me
know, they haven't
Poison
done
Ivy.
Catwoman or anything in a while.
Well, Halle Berry sank.
Oh, she ruined it.
Yeah, that was awful.
It was awful. So that's just-
But yeah, if you give me that, like, and kind of revamp it and have Margot Robbie. But that's the thing, you can't have Harley, like, leading the cause, or can you?
Yeah, you could have her leading it. You take the character from this movie and have her do it? Yeah. She's like, what, you got something better to do? Let's go. She's kind of a take-charge character in this movie. Yeah, you could have her leading the charge. I mean, what would be the driver? She's not one to lead the charge without a drive, without a purpose of driving. Or boredom.
Right.
So she'd have to have a pretty solid driver. What that would be and how the Joker would fit into it would be the question.
Because the Joker always has to be there. If you
Right.
have Harley, the Joker has to be in existence
Well,
somewhere.
and in the story they're currently playing off of, it is. They are. And they're not making the story large enough where there's a period of time where the Harley character could have been separate from the Joker. You know, it's the whole king and queen of Gotham, you don't piss off the queen. That's it. There's no...
Well, yeah,
there's a
because-
time when she was alone. They don't give you that.
Because there was a void, because the movie takes place with the death of Superman. There's a void where all these villains came out of the woodwork, and the
Right.
Joker pretty much reigned supreme over all these lower level villains.
Right.
And then they have the chase scene.
Mm-hmm.
You see Batfleck,
Yes. Well, he had a few roles. I mean, you know, even...
and he ends up punching Harley,
Yeah.
which some people gave a lot of flack about that.
Really?
Yeah,
Why? She was
about
trying to
Batman
cut
punching
him
a
with-
girl.
She was coming at him with a
But
knife.
in the comic book, he's punched her like I don't know how many times. He's
Yeah, I
punched
was
her.
like, really? Really? We're gonna go with that?
So-
She's hitting people left and right with a baseball bat. That's okay. But Batman hits her. Oh no, the end of the world just happened.
I'm just telling you
bullshit.
what's out there. It is just anti DC comment.
Yeah. And again, I think we can close it up with just saying, simply put, it's DC. It's not Marvel. Stop comparing.
Right.
So you have two kids. You don't compare your kids to each other, even if you do quietly. You don't do it. They're different. That's the point. And enjoy them for what they are. This is not high art we're talking.
No. And my last theory about the Joker in this, and I know everyone's going to call out BS or hack or whatever, but I thoroughly believe that this is not the Heath Ledger Joker.
Right.
This is a different Joker.
Well, it almost have to be. You almost have to be, because it's the same universe. They've
Right?
stated
this
as
is
much.
This is 20 years after
20 years,
Bane.
yeah.
Superman just died.
Right. So who is
this Joker?
this Joker? Now you say
I say it's Jason Todd. And to all those who don't know who Jason Todd is, he's the second Robin.
I don't see that being a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with that story. I think that would be cool.
In fact, the GF ate that story up because
Yes.
she had no idea there were other Robins.
I would pay solid money to have that be the Batman single story.
Yes.
They're doing Batman single movie.
How Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing.
Yes.
And
that
then,
time frame, the transition of the Robins.
Yes, and then
The origin of the Joker story. For
Yes.
God's sake, I'd pay good money for that in this world.
Well, we did already pay good money to see the origin of the Joker.
Well, okay,
The Killing Joke.
Yeah, but this
Which was
story-
awesome.
Which was very good. But this would be so cool to see that.
Would you see it animated? Or
I wouldn't want to.
you'd want to see live
I
action?
want
You
to
want to
see.
see
I
Batfleck?
want to see Mad Fleck. I like Mad.
And
Fleck.
you know the suck thing is that the GF doesn't like Affleck at all.
Really?
She doesn't like him.
Does she like him in this role?
No, but she understands why he has to be in this role.
Okay.
Because
Why
you
does he
ha-
have to be in the role?
because it's an older Batman.
Well, okay, could have been any actor.
Who?
I don't know. You could.
Exactly my
Yeah,
point.
all right, fine. Fair enough.
Exactly my
Fair
point.
enough.
Who?
Yeah. You can't use Bourne.
Nope, you can't use his friend
No.
because he's going to be Shazam.
Really?
I'm going to put it out there. He's going to be Shazam.
I never cared about Shazam one way or the other.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, as a kid, that was like one of the top 3.
Okay. Well,
He was a boy.
Yeah,
he would say Shazam.
and it's stupid. Moving.
Oh.
Not a big fan. All
Black Adam?
Okay, better. Again, there's not a lot of DC characters I really like. Am passionate about. I want to see a good Riddler. I would pay good money to see a good Riddler.
Jim
come back.
Carrey ruined that.
Jim Carrey made it awesome. I love Jim Carrey as a Riddler. That was the best Riddler ever.
But that was in the movie with the
It was a
villain
horrible, horrible movie. But he was. That was the highlight. I bought a Riddler costume based off of Jim Carrey's Riddler.
which was just a rip-off of the other guy's costume.
It's an homage. It's an homage. It should be the way it is. You should be keeping consistency. It's like, what's his name?
You know what I didn't understand?
Who was the original
about that?
Joker?
I
What was
forgot his name. It was
Yeah.
another big-time actor.
Yeah, big
too.
time actor. That was stupid jokes, bad, horrible puns. But that was the Joker. Riddler. Sorry, not Joker. Riddler. Jim Carrey's Riddler was the same way. He was the Riddler. He's a stupid smart man. He makes these horrible puns that always end up with someone being blown up.
And would it hurt more getting shot by a gun shaped like a question mark than a regular gun?
Only if you were questioning the bullet's existence.
Like, to me, that never makes sense. Like, why? Why is there...
Because he likes the question.
Enigma.
Enigma.
Yeah.
I did like
Edward
Gotham.
Nygma.
I liked the Gotham one too, though.
Yeah, Gotham.
Yeah, Gotham one. Yeah, that was good too.
I'm going to have to get back into Gotham again.
I think the next season's going to make it worth it. The stuff they're talking about, that Superman is looking to be, and they're looking to cross over, and they're looking to do some stuff with it, might start to get worth it. They might have and they're bringing back Joker. He's coming back in. So they may
That was a great premise, what they did in Gotham.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And when I saw them air that one, because I was curious.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought if they could keep that up,
Oh, yeah.
by far they could compete with CW.
Oh, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Well, competition for CW is not bad. And CW is getting a little
Well,
watery.
now it's DCW. Everything is on CW is a superhero.
No. Well, if it works,
I'm okay
make
with
money.
it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
Yeah,
it.
so I'm okay.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. That's next. We'll talk about that in the regular podcast, though.
So Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
It's the only movie. Now, mind you, the GF said, I've watched Deadpool with you.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched BBS with you.
Mm-hmm.
She watched The Killing Joke.
Mm. Oh, okay.
She liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she would have loved to have gone to see it in the theater.
Mm.
I'm like, how would I have known? It's a cartoon. And this one. She said, out of all those movies, she said she would see this one again.
I would see it again. In a heartbeat. It was that good. So go see it.
Go see it.
Stop listening to critics.
Yeah, don't listen to critics. That's
Don't
the one thing I've learned from this.
Yes. Especially this. Especially these last
And
couple.
I can't tell you how many people have said, I didn't go see it because a friend of mine
Right.
told me it wasn't good.
Yeah. And it's all lies. It's all lies and propaganda. It's Disney.
If only they could just bring down the cost of the annual pass, I'll be okay.
Oh, I see why your hate is so high. You just want it to go down in price, so you want to be able to go
They're
again.
so expensive, and they
Star
so
Wars
okay, they have
fireworks.
I know.
Star Wars fireworks,
They even
my
have
friend.
their
I haven't
own
even
world.
seen them.
I'm gonna go for
Oh,
open
yeah.
day.
Oh, I gotta go. I know. Gotta figure that out. 2 nerds in an open weekend. Alright, anyways, kill us out of here.
Peace
Out.
out.